you know, being very early in the season, it's
Yeah,
tough for these boats to really show what they can do.
absolutely. However, some fantastic showings here today.
No one here seems to be able to locate the Marina Aquatic Center B boat for event 24A.
That's not good. Up at the starting line,
No one at
they're
Washington.
looking for Marina B. Uh, so if Marina, you're listening to this, please contact one of the
Coaches.
race officials
Uh,
and let us know where they are.
Absolutely, because we are about ready to start here. If we don't get some kind of communication, we may just start without them.
Well, you know, they're supposed to be locked on 2 minutes prior to the race.
So, yeah.
So, you know, the fact that we can't find them is not a good thing.
Absolutely
And
not.
they are novices, so this is a learning year for all of these folks. And,
Absolutely.
you know, I'd rather learn at this race than at regionals, but I really want to race, so
Yeah, exactly.
I would urge you to find the dockmaster and have us find your crew.
As it stands at the moment, it appears that in lane 2 we will have Oakland. Lane 3 and 4 appear to be open. In
Which
lane
is that's
5,
where Mac is supposed to be.
yes. In lane 3 is open, lane 4 is open, lane 5 will be Long Beach, and in lane 6, Oakland. However, if we don't find that Marina boat, we may, well, they've already got them at stake boat, so probably not, but it might be smart to,
Shortly.
We'll be starting the race without Marina unless they show up or we hear from them. And it's 3 to the final. So without Mac, all 3 boats are going straight to the final.
oh,
They
I didn't even think about that,
They
yeah.
must race at a race pace to advance.
Yeah, without a doubt. And it's likely a good idea to do this now is at the very least a practice run. See if you can gauge the idea of, get an idea of how the rest of the field stands in terms of power level. However, on the same token, it's like, again, like you said, all 3 boats will be moving on to the final here. So really it'll just be an interesting race to see how much, get some predictions onto this final, see who looks the strongest here.
But they are novices, and anything can happen in a novice race.
Oh, yes, I can definitely agree with that.
So, you know, it's really interesting. You look at novice rowers and you think, oh, man, they're not doing so well. And then the next year they show up and there's as if a light bulb went on.
Absolutely,
and they all
yes.
of a sudden now become some of your best rowers.
Absolutely. That's one of the best things about novice racing, too, in particular, is anything is humanly possible.
And men novice at high school is even more interesting because you'll have a 14-year-old who at 16 years old is now 6'2".
Oh,
and
yeah.
at 14 he was 5'2". So
Yeah.
those 10 inches really make a big difference.
They especially, oh, yeah, absolutely, when you're rowing without a doubt. It appears that we have a very clean start from all 3 racers here.
On the launch, let me know where you are so I can relay that.
Off the start here, all 3 crews seem to be showing a pretty relatively even performance here.
And the excitement just being on the course, these rowers may not understand they're all going to the finals.
Imagine, regardless of how the race turns out, they'll all be very excited to hear that, though, however, without a doubt.
Yeah, in the heat of the moment, you're really trying to be competitive.
To an extent, though, even though it is a heat race, there's still something to be said about coming in first. If anything, it can actually go some ways to intimidate the rest of the crews if you manage to get a lot of open water on them. However, all 3 crews here, as we approach about 850 meters left to go, seeming to be relatively even here in terms of positioning. Oakland seeming to pull a little bit of a head off. However, it appears that the other Oakland boat, seeming to also be about even with their teammates here.
Yeah, who's this? Tom, I'm going to drop off in
As we pass the boathouse, indicating we've hit about 850 meters left to go. These racers coming down the field quite quickly now. It appears again that the Oakland
A and B boats are
really decking it out to see who's really the fastest of the two of them, trying to prove to their coaches that they deserve to be where they are, or rather deserve to be the A boat.
and Long Beach is falling a little bit back.
They are, but on the same token, we are still about 500 meters out. Anything is humanly possible in this race. Anything can happen with 500 meters left to go. We've seen some crazy turnarounds yesterday in particular with around 500 meters, people with crews just absolutely powering it up at this point and really pushing themselves forward. However, as we do approach this last third of the race here, it does appear that the Oakland A and Oakland B boats are decking it out for that top position, with Long Beach dragging behind slightly.
Yes. And as we're seated right next to Oakland, you can hear how excited
How
all
absolutely
their
excited
teammates are.
is absolutely fantastic energy out here. The Oakland Strokes A boat pulling into a very commanding lead here over the rest of the field. Couple boats at the very least open water, pulling in almost full boat open water as we reach 250 meters left to go. And then for the Oakland B boat, again about 500 or about half a boat open water over the Long Beach crew, who's starting to power up, trying to pull themselves into the second position here in these last 250 meters. However, it appears that the Oakland boats are doing what they can to keep them at bay and really keep themselves in those top two positions here.
All boats really look like they are powering on full power to get the last 250 meters of this race completed.
Absolutely.
And the energy that they receive from their teammates yelling from the shore, you could really see Oakland powering up.
Oh yeah, they are. They're definitely doing what they can, get themselves in those top positions for that for this heat here. Absolutely powering their way through.
Well, the finish line will be the ones to say who was the winners.
However,
But unofficially, it looks like the Oakland A boat, followed by the Oakland B boat, and I don't think Oakland B has finished quite yet.
They haven't. It's kind of hard to see. We've got some.
And then we have Oakland. Then we have the Long Beach boat powering through also.
Absolutely.
So all three boats, an excellent job.
All three again will be moving on to the final here.
Correct.
In about now actually, setting up for the second heat here. That will be in lane 2 San Diego, in lane 3 Marina, in lane 4 Brophy, in lane 5 Los Gatos, and in lane 6